They've been riding shotgun for nearly 2 years, but U.S. car manufacturers may now be looking to dump the White House by the side of the road.
Just days after a midterm election, automakers are suddenly accelerating their pushback against new rules on gasoline mileage.
And someone who felt betrayed by the administration says he's not surprised at all. Joining us is Jim Anderer. He is a current Island Mitsubishi dealer, but he also lost his successful Chrysler dealership after the government take over the car maker. Before we get into the miles per gallon stuff, I want to ask about how we know what's going on at Chrysler. We paid for that company, essentially. We paid for the unions to take over 61% of Chrysler, and we can't get accurate information about what's going on inside that company, can we?
David, you're absolutely correct. They have a closed book policy. You know, Marchioni will not disclose.
He's the head of Fiat, who now is the manager of Chrysler.
He runs Fiat. It's a foreign corporation. It was $8 billion minimum in taxpayer taught money given to this corporation. They are answerable to nobody.
Except that he's reopened plants, certainly in certain parts of the Midwest, Ohio, Michigan.
He reopened plants with taxpayer money.
Right.
Okay, this is not sound business.
But their numbers are up. They are selling more cars, are they not?
They're selling more cars, but they're doing it on the back of the American taxpayer. What I would like to ask, I mean, we have Neil Barofsky. All right, this fella is in charge of seeing if the taxpayer money was used correctly in the TARP bailouts. Why doesn't he audit this company? Why isn't he demanding an audit?
You gave us one example of how dealers, in fact, get kickbacks, if you will, from the company itself for every car they sell. For every car a dealer sells, how much do they get back?
They can get back up to $850. The public doesn't know about this. It's called dealer cash. It does not go back to the purchaser of the vehicle.
How much does that add up to for a year?
There's estimates of about $750 million year to date.
And taxpayers are paying for that?
Well, absolutely, in the form of TARP money. Now, look at it in this sense, all right? You have dealers out there, supposedly by his recognition, about 80% of the 2,300 dealers out there are profitable, 20% are not. How many of that 80% would not be profitable if the American taxpayer was not propping up those dealers with what they're calling dealer cash?
Great question.
All right. Would it be under 50%? I mean, you want to talk about smoke and mirrors. You want to talk about, you know, deceitful practices. This is it. It has to be investigated. It's not right. And, you know, thank God you guys have me on. And I can get this out to the public.
We hope you'll come back. Jim Anderer, we appreciate it.
Anytime.
Thank you for changing subjects on us. This was clearly where the news was. Jim, good to see you.
He is of Island Mitsubishi on Long Island. Conventional wisdom tells us that China is the world's 800-pound economic gorilla.
But Todd Wildman says investors will be making a monkey out of themselves.